Hi everyone, welcome to another video in which we are going to solve the third problem statement using Selenium with Java. In case you're looking for the similar Excel sheet, you will find the link there as well as the other links as well. So what is the third problem statement? Wait a moment, let's take a look at this. So here, basically the problem statement is first I have to click on this calculate button and the moment and before I do that, the send button is going to be disabled. The moment I click on this, this timer is going to start. This is going to take some time. And once this completes to 100%, then send is going to get enabled. Once the send is enabled, I have to just click on this and that is going to solve my problem statement. Okay. Pause for a second. Think about the approach, what you're going to take to solve this problem statement. And if you're able to solve this problem, do mention in the comment section as solved. Now let's get started. I'll jump to my Eclipse and I will quickly create a class here. The class is going to be 3. This is our third problem statement. And what's the name? Wait a moment. So I'm going to just type wait a moment and I'm going to select public static void main. Okay. Now the basic structure of the code, I'm going to just write the browser launch and the browser launch. So WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Note that I'm not going to use system.setProperty because I'm using the right Selenium version where it is not required. In case you have a version below that, do use system.setProperty. After this, driver.get, and we are just going to pass the URL. Okay. Let's copy this and let's paste it here. Now, just so that the element loads, if little bit takes time, we are going to put a implicit wait. This is a dynamic weight which is going to be applied on each and everything inside your each and every element inside your code, and it is going to basically check the element load and it is going to give that amount of time. So driver.manage.timeouts dot implicitly wait, very easy to put, duration dot off, and we are going to use seconds. So let's give just 5 seconds here. Okay. Now let's come to our actual code. Let's see what all things we have to do. So we have to just interact with these two buttons and we have to just put the logic that if I'm going to click on calculate button, I have to wait for this button to get enabled. So let's see how we'll do that. But before that, let's first of all get the properties of these two elements. So I'll click on this, I'll click on calculate, and here we see ID 1 is coming. Okay. So it's always a good idea to uh, write the elements properly so that you are able to use it at a later point in time as well. But this is a problem statement, so whatever way you want. I'm just using web element. So driver dot find element by dot ID we can use because ID is available and that is ONE1. So I'm just going to put ONE. Okay. Now we got our web element calci button. Okay. I'm just going to import this. The second one is the send button. Let's see the ID of this. So if I'll go inside this, this is the one. And here the ID is 2. So all I need to do is just change the ID and we'll change the web element name. So let me just copy this. It will be easier. And this is our send button. So I'll just change this to SEND and this will change to TWO. Okay. So we got both the buttons. Now the first step, what we need to do, we need to click on calculate. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Click on calculate. We are just going to do calc btn dot click. Okay. But the real problem comes is that before the next click, I have to wait for this to get enabled. Okay. And this is taking around 15 seconds, but for the safer side, we'll put a little higher number to wait. But how do we put a wait to do the wait for more than 5 seconds? So we have to use explicit wait here. Okay. So we are going to use explicit wait and understand this thing that in this specific case, of implicit wait, it is not going to wait on a specific condition for this to be enabled or disabled. So it, even if I'm going to increase the implicit wait time, it is not going to work. Okay. So explicit wait we can define on certain conditions as well. So we are going to use that, and let's see how we'll do that. So we have to write web driver wait and then whatever name you want. So let's say wait is equal to new WebDriver wait, and we have to write in brackets driver comma duration, similarly like implicit wait of seconds and whatever time. So since we are seeing like around 15-20 seconds, let me put a higher number, 30 seconds. Don't worry about this because this is also a dynamic wait. So if the element is going to get loaded early, it is not going to wait for the entire amount of time. Okay. Now this is just giving the time, but we have to put the condition as well because that is what we want. We want this element to be enabled, this button to be enabled before we perform the click. Okay. So we have the option. We are going to use wait dot until function is there, and then we'll write expected conditions, and then you press a dot and you're going to see a lot of options. Now here if you scroll through, you will see lot of options in terms of alert is present, attribute, element to be clickable, frame to be available. And if even if you search through all of these, you will not find something which is going to say that if the button is enabled or not, because that option does not exist. So what we have to do is we have to use some other option which should inherently check that as well. So we have this option element to be clickable. Now we are going to use this option, and let me explain how this is going to help us is because when we say element to be clickable, it is checking three things: if the element is present, if the element is visible, and if the element is clickable. All three parts it is checking. Okay. So that's why, since we do not have a specific function, element is enabled. That's why we are going to use element to be clickable. And we have already captured the web element. So we are just going to pass send btn here. Okay. And we are going to close this. Okay. Now let's see if this works or not. Let's run this code. And if it works fine, we are going to get a pop-up saying, good job, the automation problem is solved. So it first clicked on calculate button, that already happened. The cursor is increasing. If let's say this requires a little bit more time, we can increase the explicit wait time as well. But let's see if this works or not. In case you want to download the code, I'm going to provide that link as well. You can do that as well if you want to download. So you see now send is enabled. Okay. So one mistake what we did and why this is not getting solved is we have missed the step to perform a click, which is what we wanted to do, right? So send btn dot click, because all what we were doing, we were just waiting till this button becomes clickable or not, but we forgot this actual statement. Okay. Now let's run this. In case you want the Excel sheet, if you want the code, everything I'm going to provide as the link to download. In case you're interested, you can do that. And do follow the series. Lot of problem statements are there, which is going to help you enhance your automation skills, or at least revise your knowledge as well. So you see the first part is done, and see the second part is also done, and we are able to solve a problem statement entirely. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day. Let's see you in the next video. Bye bye.